In this example, we are taking some information from the graph, or evaluating the graph, and from the graph you're looking at the domain, range, and also answering some questions. I'm looking at a graph which is starting at this point of -3, x equals -3, and ending at this point of 4. So this is a terminating graph. So the first A example here is just to find the value of y, or in other words, this is what is evaluating the graph. So it's the same way as we would do in an algebraic equation. When I see h of -2, the meaning is what is the y value when x is -2. So first I would locate -2, x -2, the y value, that's the coordinate. So I know this coordinate is x is -2, y is 2. Therefore, the answer to this will be 2. Same thing repeating for h of 0. When x is 0, which is this point here, my y is also 0, so 0 comma 0. Therefore, the answer for this is going to be 0. Again, repeat, when x is 2, it's going to be this point, which is 2 comma 4. Therefore, the answer for this would be 4. Next one, when x is 3, it's going to be this particular point. When x is 3, my y is 5, so the answer for this is 5. Okay. The next one is to find the domain and range of the function, given function. Now we know domain is all possible x values and range is all possible y values. Right here, domain, all possible x values the function can have, and range is all possible y values the function can have. So when I look at this, the x values, the first x value it can have is -3, then it can have all these x values up to +4. So that's going to be my domain, and because it's asking for interval notation, I will put -3 comma 4. Now the meaning of this is x is between -3 and +4. Okay. The next part is asking for the range. Range is all possible y values. So the first y value it can have is a 0. Then it can go all the way up to, this is the last y value it can have, 5. So it's going to be 0 comma 5 again because of interval notation. But when I write it, I would write 0 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 5. Instead of doing it the x in the middle, I'll put the y. Now, but for this particular question, the answer is going to be just this interval notation. So I'm writing all the rest for your explanation. Okay, next one. C. Find the values of x for which h of x equals 4. So this means that what are the x values for which y is equal to 4. That's what the meaning is. So y is 4 is this, y is 4 is that point. So if I look up here, this is the first x value it can have, which is -3. Then if I go here, this is the next value it can have, which is 2. And then if I keep on going, this is the next value it can have, which is 4. So the answers are going to be -3, 2, and 4. Okay. The next one is again the same for h of x less than or equal to 4. Now what it means is, what are the x values for which my y is less than or equal to 4. So let me erase all this thing. Given x, first of all, I need to identify where y is 4, which is this point here, right? Okay. Now I know that less than or equal to, so I know that I can have this x value, which is -3. Then anything below that, all these points are less than that. So you can have all these x values up to this point, which is still here. So I need to list all these x values. So one way of doing it is saying bracket -3 comma 2 bracket. But then there is one more point that it can have, which is 4. So say and 4. So if you look at that, this would be the answer for that. Okay. Okay. Now the last but not the least, there is a find the net charge of H between x equals -3 and x equals -4. Again, net charge means here change in, net change in H between x equals -3 and x equals 3. So again, we did a problem like this before, but it was an algebraic one. So let me see what is the x value when x is -3. When x is -3, my y value is 4. When x is +3, my y value is 5. So the net change in H, or the change in y value, is actually f of 3 minus f of -3. So I know f of 3 was 5 and f of -3 was 4. So 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. So the answer here must be 1. Hope this is clear.